Shalom Aleichem, Blessed Souls is Talk in Irie Heights, Crown Heights, the 27th day of the month of Elul, Chov Zayin Elul, Zach Elul, a day of purification. What do we have to be purified from? Blessed souls, we have to purify ourselves from being too judgmental on ourselves and others, because we are in the blessed month of Elul, which the sages of Israel designate as Chodesh HaRachamim, a month of mercies. Yes, that's how we prepare ourselves for the renewal of the creation for the 5,770th time by acting merciful to ourselves, and let those merciful vibrations spread out into creation and be merciful with others to the greatest extent possible. The community, the international community of the 12 tribes of Israel, Israelites, Hebrew, Jews, whatever you want to call us. We'll be reading on the first day of Rosh Hoshanah from Genesis chapter 21 verses 1 through 34. And that account in Genesis Bereshit is when the Most High mercifully acted towards Sarah Imenu, Sarah, and she conceived in both for Abraham, the patriarch of Israel, the Jewish people, a son who we all know to be Isaac Yitzhak. Also on that blessed first day of Rosh Hoshanah, this coming Shabbat Kodesh, the holy day of Shabbat, we'll be reading from the Haftarah from Shmuel Aleph, Samuel 1, chapter 1, and part of, I guess, chapter 2. I'm sorry. Kind of make a mistake here. So basically go to chapter 1 and chapter 2, and you'll be reading how Hannah, the mother of Samuel Shmuel, prayed for a son, for she had no children at that time. And she appeared drunken before Eli the Kohen Gadol, who sat in the tabernacle. Before there was a temple, there was a tabernacle. And he told her to wipe away her feelings which were induced from what he thought, drinking too much alcohol. She said, no, sir, I do not need to remove my self from heavy drink from my heart, but I'm a woman heavy of heart, because I've poured out my soul before the Most High. Do not regard your maidservant as a wicked woman, for it is due to my great distress and vexation that I've been speaking until now. So the Kohen Gadol, the high priest of Israel, said, go in peace, and the God of Israel will grant you your request which you have asked of him. May your maidservant find favor in your eyes, she said, and she went away. She then became pregnant, and then Samuel, the great Levite prophet, who eventually anointed Shaul, and David, King David, to be the first kings of Israel. On the second day of Rosh Hoshanah, the International Community of Israel shall be reading from Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 through 24, which is the story of the great test Abraham endured from the Most High, in which he endured lovingly, where he was asked to offer up and sacrifice his son, which he was going to, and then an angel of the Most High said he would not have to, and he was blessed profusely by the Most High. From the Haftarah, we will be reading on the second day of Rosh Hoshanah, Jeremiah chapter 31, verses 1 through 21. With that being said, blessed souls, I'd like to add a little bit from the teachings of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Menachem Mendel Schneerson. The idea of one of the essential aspects of Rosh Hoshanah is the concept of Binyan Malchus, constructing kingship. How do we construct kingship? Well, we acknowledge the Most High by coming together in assemblages all around the world. We of Israel, and also we heartily encouraged all the Bnei Noach, the blessed children of Noah, and his three sons and their descendants, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, Cham, Yafet, and Shem, to come together, hold your hands together, cry out in joy to the Most High, that you acknowledge Him as the creator of the universe as we prepare for the renewal, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, of the creation for the 5,770th time. Yes, this day of Rosh Hoshanah, the mitzvah of the day is shofar. The truth is, blessed souls, we of Israel will not be blowing the shofar on the Blessed Shabbat. Within the last 2,000 years, there was a great teacher, Rabbah, who decided that we would not blow shofar on the Shabbat outside the temple, the Beit HaMikdash, for concern that someone would carry on Shabbat. And for those who wonder why can't we carry on Shabbat, well, I believe that's in the prophet Yirmiyahu, where the people had mentioned they would not carry again on Shabbat. Let's see if I can pull it out there. Hold on. Jeremiah 16:7. A lot of lack of preparation here, blessed souls. But again, you know, when we learn, we make videos to give you a sense of what it's like to learn Torah, which is meaning we don't expect to be perfect when we teach or share the Torah. The Almighty is perfect, and only He is perfect. Actually, it's not here, but I will find it, make a future video where the prophet of Israel gets the people to acknowledge that they made a mistake because they were carrying on the Shabbat. But with that being said, blessed souls, that Shabbat itself accomplishes what the blowing of the shofar would normally do, because in the word of Shabbat, the individual letters, Shin Beit Tov or Shin Beit Sof is the word. Also Teshav, if we switch the last letter with the first letter of the word Shabbat and the first letter with the last. So again, this idea of constructing Malchus, acknowledging the Most High, is through the blowing of the shofar. And also, we are acknowledging in the kingship of the Almighty, but acknowledging this day of Rosh Hoshanah, which is expressed in our prayer liturgy, Zayom Techilat Masecha. This is the day, is the beginning of your actions. That each Rosh Hoshanah, we testify before the world and to the heavenly court and to the Most High, ultimately, that this is the day where He creates the world in a renewed sense, just like He did in the beginning, where we see in Genesis written, Bereshit bara Elokim es hashamayim ha'aretz, in the beginning the Almighty created the heaven and the earth. And this is one of the ways that we can construct, so to speak, the kingship, by acknowledging our awareness of the Almighty's kingship. We, so to speak, build it. Now, of course, the Almighty is all powerful, and He doesn't need our assistance, but in His mercies, again, we're in the month of mercies to consider this meditation, blessed souls. In His mercies, He asks us to be partners, so to speak, in building His kingship by acknowledging Him. That being said, blessed souls, this is kind of a lack of preparation up a video, running around this week, doing a lot more running till this blessed Shabbat, which will be, again, the 5,770th time of renewal of creation. This is a Dhamma talk, signing off quite succinctly, Sababa, Rejoice, Ahav Echad, one love, Gorel Echad, one destiny, B'dar Chinom, Dar Shalom, in a peaceful and in a pleasant and peaceful way.